What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I had another update video on AMT's 1950 Chevy 3100 pickup, and I just want to give another update, just show you where I'm at and how the thing is going together so far. And I got it mocked up because, you know, just want to make sure everything's going together super well and see how everything fits. And yeah, this is what I do for all my builds, just in case you don't know. I try to mock as much as possible before, you know, I get into paint to make sure everything's going together pretty well, and if it's not, then obviously gotta fix it. But we got a truck mocked up, and I gotta be surprised. I'm actually really surprised how this kit's going together. It's actually going together pretty well for me. I'm quite frankly pretty awesome about that. There's some guys in the comments said on my last video said this kit's trash, and some guys said this kit just has some issues here and there. My kit did have some issues, which I'll explain here in a little bit, but I got the issues fixed and it's looking pretty good, and it's almost ready for primer at this point. So not quite. So I do want to double check some things. So, but let's go ahead and start taking the truck apart. Parts that are left off is the fenders for the bed, because this kit or the truck I'm doing is going to be a two-tone paint job, because I had not done a two-tone paint job in quite some time. So I kind of want to do a two-tone paint job body style. So that should be pretty cool. So start taking it off. The hood did have some issues, which I'll explain here in a sec. For my kit in particular, so other people kits, these kits, you know, AMT kits it's kind of hit and miss. Some kits are kind of, you know, you do have more work. Some kits is a complete, you know, like fully awesome kit. You know, like, man, everything fits together super well. Some kits you do have some on flash, and you know, but my kit was kind of hit and miss, which I'll explain more. So we do get everything mocked up, and we'll go ahead and just take it off. The grill, everything, I shipped all the chrome. So the grill here, it was chrome, and I shipped it, and now it's bare plastic, or you know, bare styrene. Now we can paint it whatever color I want. The body is actually a really nice body. Mine had some issues. Well, not issues. It just had really big mold lines. As my kit particular, not sure what kit you have. Maybe your kit has better mold lines, but mine had really huge mold lines on the fender on both sides. Two on the back here, and there's one kind of hiding up here on the roof. But we got all those sanded out. So just double check. Maybe yours might not be as bad, but mine was pretty big, so had to do some sanding. So, but we got the firewall in there, and we get the fenders in, because I kind of want to paint those body color, to be honest. I'm not sure yet. If I don't, I just mask them off and paint it the color if I want to. But just for convenience, we got it in there, and the firewall and stuff fit pretty good. The fenders were kind of weird. The instructions kind of tells you some weird stuff, but the instructions don't tell you to line the fenders up with or kind of curve them, or make sure these are straight in the engine bay, because the fenders do kind of curve, and you know, you'll when you build it, you might be a little confused, but make sure it's completely straight in the engine bay. That's all I gotta say. But other than that, the body super good, and it looks really good. It wasn't warped or anything, so I'm happy about that. The steps are on there. Steps are cleaned up. There's nothing major about those. The bed fits perfect. I mean, there's big looking pins on the chassis for the bed, so you cannot screw this up. I mean, look at this. That's just a bed holding onto the chassis right there. So there is the looking pins, which I'll show you closer, but there is the pins right there on the bed, 4 of them. So, and the front ones are in more, and the back ones are out, spread out more, so you can't mess up how the bed goes on. So we got the bed assembled. So I was initially gonna just glue the edges on, because what I did is I put the edges on the floor just so I can have it straight, and I just used the extra thin cement, like a dope I am, and I just put a little tiny dab on each corner of here, so the fender's gonna stay together. But obviously, for being an extra thin cement from Tamiya, some glue to get onto the floor, and I tried taking it off, and it was glued to the floor. So I was like, well, screw that idea. So I just glue ahead and glue the whole sides and stuff. But what initially you want to do is just glue the edges and then let it dry so it's straight, and then when it's dried, I can spread out the sides and just take it off the bed, so I can paint the bed easier. But not too big a deal. The bed's gonna get a wood tone. There is no decal for the bed, so you do have to paint the wood, which is not too big a deal. We'll do that. I did actually order a flake wood set, so I'm kind of curious how that will work. So that'll be pretty cool. So, but at least be easier to paint. So the bed will be body color, which I'll explain, which I'll tell you body color again, just in case you forgot. And there was some injector pin marks in the bed, 3 of them on each side. So I went ahead and filled those in with the Tamiya liquid surfacer primer, and this actually works pretty good. It acts like a filler, and just put a big dab of, pretty thick dab on those injector pin marks, and it kind of fills them in, and just sand it and you're good to go. So those are hidden away and you won't be seeing those, and obviously once you prime it and paint it, it'll be gone. The bed is straight, very straight, so there's no warpage on the bed, so that's pretty cool. So I got that assembled, and we'll go ahead and show you how the fenders will go on. So I did test the fenders, make sure they go on. If they aren't going on straight, then I might glue them on right now, because I don't want a chance to super glue later on. But there's 3 holes, 3 pins, and it actually just lines up, clicks, boom, we're good to go. So just a little dab of super glue and lots of effort on painting, and that'll work perfect. So what I could do is paint the body color on this, and then if I want to, I can glue them on before clear coat, and then glue it on before clear coat, and just clear coat the whole thing. So that's what I might do, but we'll see. But bed's done, body's done. Let's actually go back to the body. I didn't mention my hood was little issues. If I showed you my last video, my last update video, the edges were kind of spread out a little bit more. It was kind of poking out of the edge, like on both sides. So we did get those fixed. I did get a lighter, and just, you know, bend them, just light it very, very lightly, because you don't want to obviously bend the body, obviously. So I really missed it with the lighter, and then just bent it. Then I test fit it, and the hood was actually furred out. It's actually a bit too thick. So what I did is I got a lighter again and just lit the interior, or the middle of where the this seam is, where the body seam. So I just lit it right in the middle, and I just took the hood and just kind of bend it right in. So, and took, you know, did take a couple tries, but we did get it in, and clicks right in, good to go. Filled this little gouge right there. If I want to, I can get a piece of styrene and put it in, but I'm not too worried about that, because paint will fill it in. Once you do primer, color, and clear coat, that gap will not be too visible, because paint does add extra thickness to the body. So I'm not too worried about that tiny little gap, but the hood fits perfect, so that's awesome. Of the chrome, like I mentioned, on the grill, bumpers, hubcaps, everything's been stripped, because I just don't like to get chrome, so we shipped it. The chassis, we did get most assembled. Got the straight 6 in there. Straight 6 this is a beautiful engine. I mean, these older Chevys and Fords, these straight 6s, they're so awesome, and you know, they never break. I mean, you can pour a bucket of sand or just rotten dirt in there, and it will still run. That's how powerful those straight 6s were back then. We got the chassis together. So we got the suspension on, back suspension. Maybe wonder what the heck's going on with this coloring up here too, because I did heat up the split suspension. I kind of burnt it here, but not too big a deal. But I did heat up the leaf springs and stuff, and I did lower the suspension. So because the stock suspension, these pegs are not touching this guy right here. So, but if you do want to lower it, it's actually pretty simplified to lower this truck. Just heat up the leaf springs and just bend it up, and you know, get it close to touching this part right here, and then just glue it down the rest of the way, and you're good to go. So I went ahead and glued it just a tad bit, or not glued it, but you know, lowered it. And I did lower the front suspension. Just heat up the front leaf springs, just kind of bend it up, and you got lower stance to it. It's not completely lowered. I don't want like the wheels like actually sunk into the body. I don't want that look. I just kind of want like a nice casual stance. I don't want it to like down here like stock. Just tiny little lower, but good enough, and it looks pretty good. And you know, I wasn't going for a crazy lowered truck build on this one, obviously. So, but the wheels, fantastic. I love these wheels. These wheels look amazing. We got the wheel backs on there just to test fit, make sure everything goes together. And there is a chrome trim that goes on there, and the baby moons or the hubcaps I meant will go on there, and as I drop them, but they'll go on there, and we'll paint them chrome again, and those should look amazing with those white wall tires. So, but other than that, that's pretty much about it. Everything else has been sanded. The engine parts, the seats, it's a 2-piece seat, so super cool. And it's super simplified, just snaps in and you're good to go. But yeah, the interior, I might do like a light gray interior. That's what I'm thinking. So for the body color, just in case you forgot, I am gonna do two-tone jet black and candy wine red. So the red is gonna be the cab, the hood, and the truck bed. And then the black will be the fenders, just the fenders, and obviously the back fenders on the bed, and the steps will be black too. So it'll be a cool, really cool two-tone paint job. So I'm looking forward to that. And you know, like I said, I haven't done a two-tone paint job in quite some time, so this should look pretty good on this truck. So, and all the chrome, pretty much all the chrome I stripped will either get repainted chrome. I'm thinking of doing like a dark chrome because you know I think a dark chrome will look pretty cool. So, but we'll see how it turned out and see what I think, what kind of chrome. Maybe I'll do standard chrome, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards dark chrome. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much about it. The kit's actually wonderful. This is actually a really nice kit so far. The body slides right on, and it's really cool, really nice fit. So, really awesome kit. Not completely done. Just want to double check make sure everything goes in before I put everything to paint, and then we'll get paint. But so far, the kit is wonderful. Next update will definitely be in paint, everything be in cover. I'll get the chassis done and the interior done before it gets patched up, and then will be the final. But alright, guys, thanks for watching, and until my next video, I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.